Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're diving into the brand new Marvel figures revealed by Mafex. These figures include the Punisher, Venom, and my personal favorite, Iceman. So let's dive into the three figures revealed so far and see if they're worth your cash. So first up is the Punisher, aka Frank Castle. Now he first stormed onto the scene in Amazing Spider-Man number 129 back in 1974, but since then he's been groomed to like Marvel's go-to anti-hero, guns blazing, skull T blazing, like even bigger, right? Now Mafex's new Punisher taps directly to Mike Z's iconic artwork, capturing that chest like sort of thumping, hard-eyed glare that you kind of seen on a lot of the countless comic book covers that featured these series, right? Now, some fans have grumbled about like the head sculpt not matching their exact mental image, kind of like me. But if you're ever like poured over Mike Z's sketchbooks, you'll kind of spot the inspiration instantly, and those like really heavy brows, square jaw, and that signature half kind of smirk that we all know is Castle's world weary stare. And it's pretty spot on, right? The skull also looks a little different. Not used to seeing that type of skull, but again, it's very reminiscent of Mike Z's like artwork. So it's pretty good and spot on, right? Now, in terms of the actual sculpt and design, let's start with the actual head sculpt itself, right? Now, those eyebrows are kind of thick, but it is comic accurate, and like the arches lift from the Mike Z's cover art. His also expression is slight smirk meets like kind of like a cold, determined, stare perfect castle mood. So it's there, but it's a little strange, right? Now skin texture, it has that like subtle skin grain detailing, and some nice realism, right? Under that like matte paint coat, which is nice. Now his costume design also it nails that like trademark Punisher uniform, which is the jet black tactical vest, and also have with those like white skull logo, right? Again, a white skull logo does look a little strange, but it is right on target with Mike Z. He also comes with the cargo belt, the black fatigue pants, and there's like those nice rugged combat boots, right? Now the paint job is straightforward, no flashy highlights here, but sometimes simplicity does pack more than a punch, right? Because here it's just flat black, but it does look like it has a tint of sheen, so it stands out and has nice crisp lining all around the edges themselves, right? Even the gloves feature realistic like stitching and just a hint of like I guess you could say like that wear stuff, right? The fingertips, kind of like details that just really pop out when you really look at him closely, right? Now, in terms of the actual packaging, right? He's again 6 inches tall, so 112 scale. It comes with the classic Mafex Windows box. Nothing inside in terms of any special accessories, but it does come with good accessories so far from what I'm seeing, right? Actually, in terms of articulation, when I look at this, he doesn't seem like he's one of the Mafex's most super flexible figures, right? Especially if you think about Daredevil. But looks like he has a nice, like, I guess you could say, neck tilt here from some of the pictures. Shoulders look pretty good, right? So you got the ball joints for wide arm firing poses, double hinges on the elbows. Torso and waist looks okay, right? You get the crunch and swivel, which is good. Hips and knees, it gets nice deep bends. Ankles look like he has the standard rockers, which allow him to pose in action. So all in all, solid range. Just such what you probably need for that like gunslinging type of hero. So I think they got all of the articulation needed there. Now, in terms of accessories, right? Yeah, a lot of different cool things here. You get 4 pistols, which is the two Beretta style sidearms, plus two 1911s, submachine gun, which is the Uzi, right? And has like a folding stock. You got the scoped Magnum revolver, right? Which is a really nice nod to Frank's like pistol long range specialty. The combat knife, two holsters for the pistols. You also get 6 interchangeable hands, like one for the pistol grip, SMG, and whatnot. Alternate also head sculpt, right? So you get a different face sculpt, which is nice. You get that like battle angry grimace look rather, to kind of swap out that kind of strange smirk. And the figure stand, right? And that's really cool if you look at this SMG here and how it just sits perfectly in his hand, right? And the Magnum itself, right? Very badass and really cool. And just the weaponry accessory came out really good. So really looking forward to seeing how he holds them and pose them, whether it's museum and or action pose. Now he's expected to retail for around $135, and expected to ship around Q2 to Q3 of 2026. So overall, a really interesting Punisher figure that I'll probably be POing soon, just to add to my collection. Next one up here is Iceman, right? So if you rewind to like Comic Con last year in San Diego, Mafex kind of pulled the curtain back on like Age of Apocalypse, Cyclops, X-Men, and this grayscale Iceman render, right? Now I was super excited, and it took about a year to actually get the deals of finally, but I'm glad it's finally here and really excited to PM, right? Now in terms of design, right, the ice effect is awesome here, right? Mafex layered a lot of the light blues like that pearlescent white and subtle grays to give Bobby that really cool, solid, frosted over look, right? No transparency there in terms of actual coloring, but the glacial glow itself looks really awesome, right? Now, in terms of the actual head sculpt, he has a strange cocky smirk again, but it is very reminiscent of like his overconfident charm, which is okay. The secondary or second rather head sculpt is has him that angry face, which is better, I think. If he's like, cause I like him in action pose better, so gives you like more intense portraits, perfect for like battle ready type of dioramas, right? Now, in terms of the body, it's nice, pretty good crisp sculpt lines for his like around his ribbing and torso areas. Gives him a nice muscular feel and look through that like ice window itself, right? So a lot of you can kind of see the coloring without the joints flaring out, which is good, right? And just that pearl like like shimmer when the lights are hits it, just really came out really good. And I really like the frost spray that they've used throughout his body, right? And really reminiscent of also the Uncanny X-Men, which is spot on and amazing. Now, figure body looks similar to Frank Castle. Not a lot of extra articulation details there, but it looks like he has all your standard requirements, which is good. And it looks like you can also bend him into like those sliding poses, which is very important because he has the ice slide, so you gotta make sure you get those down, which I think they did. And in terms of the actual accessories, his heads just come those two heads. Um, right? One with the default smirk and one with the like angry face, right? Six pairs of hands again. You also get the ice blast hands, the gripping hands, and like relaxed hands. So you get a lot of different pieces there, which is good. You get some also a nice ice effect parts, which I really like. You like including the frosted gauntlets for each forearm, the frost spikes for the ankles, and like that large ice wave to simulate the slide or ramper, which is amazing. Now, also it comes with like display stand and adjustable clear arm for mid-slide poses, right? So a pretty good accessory set. Really like the figure overall, just amazing details. It's definitely a pickup for me. And again, expected to retail around $135. Expected to ship around the same time next year, which is around Q2 to Q3. So absolutely love Iceman and definitely picking him up. Last but not least here is Venom, right? From Let There Be Carnage Venom, right? From the movie. Now, he stands at 8 inches, so slightly taller than Punisher and Iceman. It also comes with that really cool slimy coating, unlike that flat black Mafex translucent color or over gray glossy black that we've seen a couple of times used. This one actually has a really nice rippling, living symbiote type of effect, which is amazing, right? Now, it also has a really good dynamic muscle definition, right? Like in different places, so you get kind of see the bulging muscles and the veins sticking out, which is nice. So there's a lot of exaggeration there without feeling too cartoonish. Head proportion looks okay. It's slightly a little small, right? I especially put up against those massive shoulders, right? So I'm hoping they fix that a little bit and just change his head scale, just slightly larger. The tongue and teeth feel long, right? They're sculpted separately, so you kind of get that nice, Venom look. So it did come out pretty good in my opinion, just not the best. And the Tom Hardy likeness, it did come out really good, right? So it looks just like Tom Hardy from the movie. It's there enough. I don't really see any misses there, so I'm glad they're able to put that through. In terms of the actual like paint itself, though, if you look closer into that, that Larry Glass and matte it looks just amazing all across the body, right? Some really good coloring shading there, and just also the face, like skin tone came out really well. So awesome on the paint applications. Um, I think in terms of the articulation, looks pretty good from all the pictures I see, right? Double jointed elbows, obviously there, ball jointed torso, from what I can see, so you can get a lot of good movement around the waist area. Head movement looks about the same and you just the rest in the arms as well, right? So you get enough articulation there. It'll be interesting to see how we can bend his arms enough so we can get some like swinging poses, but we'll have to wait and see there. In terms of accessories, it comes with the alternate head sculpts again, a number of different interchangeable hands, including the pair of axe hands, different chest piece. You get a number of tentacles, which is good. So and the stand itself. So there's decent accessories here. Not the best in my opinion. I feel like they have included a couple more pieces, maybe webbing and things like that. But it is a pretty good accessory set. And then this one retails for a little more, for around $180, and accepted to ship around Q3 of 2026. So a longer wait than Iceman and Punisher, right? But there you have it, folks. And thanks for joining me today to take a closer look at the 3 upcoming Marvel figures being released soon from Mafex. Let me know in the comments what you think and whether you'll be picking any of these bad boys up, or do you think none of them are actually worth the hype or money, right? And don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more content and the coolest Marvel figures around. Until next time, folks, keep on collecting.